Hey everyone, this is Hannah with Dentagraphics, and we are chugging along with our tool tutorials that are offered in our Start By membership. So if you have access to our membership, these are all things that would be included. The next tool on our list is our practice mailers tools. This is specifically for those that are wanting to acquire a practice. So once you log in, you get taken straight to the app. It typically starts you out in the Start a Practice tab. We're going to switch over to Buy a Practice for this example. And there's a bunch of tools in here that will help you find opportunities to acquire your next practice. So the tool we're going to be talking about today is the Practice Mailers tool. We have recently updated this, so I'm super excited to tell you about it. But what this tool is for is to help buy an off-market practice. So what this means is you can reach out to any practice that currently exists in the US to inquire and see if they are interested in selling. So we'll walk you through it. It's very self-explanatory, but when you hit the next button here, it'll take you through some of these steps. So let's say, for example, I'm interested in Austin, Texas, and I want to see 5 miles out from the center of Austin. I hit next. Now I tell the system about the practice that I want to buy. So I'm looking for a general practice. Maybe I want to make sure that it is a private practice, so their max number of locations is 1 or 2. I don't want to get any DSOs in this mix. And then this is our new ad here, is owner's experience level. So typically when you're reaching out to practices that you want to acquire, you want to find out if their owner is nearing retirement and might be more likely to sell. So for all of the practices that we can find this data on, we've included owner's experience level. So I'm going to hit 20 plus years here just to see what pops up. Then I hit next. Then I tell the system about if I have any criteria for the area surrounding the office. So let's say I want to be in an area where the median household income is at least $75,000, and I want to make sure that the residents per practice number is at least 2,000. Tell the system that, hit next again. If you have any practices that you'd like to exclude from this list, so practices that you've previously reached out to or practices that might be in a restrictive covenant of yours, you can also check these boxes, and then you just hit View Matching Practices. So here within 5 miles of Austin, I've got 8 practices that meet the criteria that I set. So these are all doctors that have over 20 years of experience, and their practices are in an area that has at least 75,000 median household income and at least 2,000 residents per practice. So here I can see some extra details about the demographics around their practice, but most importantly, if I'm interested in reaching out to them, I can send them a handwritten mailer. So let's say I'm interested in sending to all 8 of these practices. They are already pre-selected for you, but you can also go through and select individual practices that you'd like to reach out to. So let's say I'm interested in these first 2 practices. I'll hit next, and then it goes through the postcard design. So you can put any image that you'd like on the front of this postcard. We have a couple stock images here for you, but typically it's best to include a picture of yourself, your family, a headshot, anything that is a little more personal. And then we go on to the back of the card. So we have a default message here that you're welcome to edit, but the idea is that you briefly introduce yourself while you're reaching out and also include contact information so that they can reach back out to you. You don't have to adjust this first introduction part. We make sure that each name is personalized to the mailers that you send out. So once you're good with your message, you'll hit next, put in your return address. This would be the preview of your envelope. If you'd like to add a confidential to practice owner note at the top of the address, you can do that as well. If not, just leave it blank. And then each handwritten mailer is $2.50. The great thing about this is that there's no minimum. So if I just wanted to send to 1 practice, I could. If I wanted to send to 500, I could do that as well. So this is a great way to hopefully reach out to practices that need a little bit of a nudge and are interested in selling but have not put themselves up on the market yet. After you send out your first batch of mailers, you'll be able to track them. So for example, I can click on the date that they were processed, and I can see exactly what offices I reached out to and the status of them. So it'll show either processed or completed after you complete your order. We've had a lot of success with this tool. A lot of doctors have found hidden gem practices that were not yet on the market. So this is a great way to add a personal touch to a reach out and create new acquisition opportunities for yourself. If you need help setting up your first mailer campaign, I'm happy to assist. You can always reach out to us at info@dentagraphics.com. Thanks so much for watching. Check out our other tutorials on our channel and let me know if you guys need anything.